Good morning, everyone. Can we get seated, please? Thank you. Thank you. Happy International Day of Hope. So you don't have hope? I didn't hear for Happy International Day of Hope. I had few voices. Me, I have hope. I have hope in everything. So I want to believe that we all have hope. So I want to hear the voice. Happy International Day of Hope. That's much better. We welcome every excellencies. Good morning once again to this important day of hope, bringing hope to the world, especially now that we are about to end the SDGs, running away 2030. So we are still living on hope that even after 2030, there will be much better life. So we thank God for mission of Kiribati to the UN and the Federation of Love, Peace, Love, and Peace, FOPAL, for initiating this movement for the past how many years. And then on March 4th this year, it was adopted. Resolution was passed. So giving us hope, hope in our personal life, hope in our families, hope in our finances, hope in our United Nations, hope across the world. So that world will one day have no conflict. I have hope that one day there will be no wars and conflict in the world. Thank you, everyone. So just a recap. On March 4, 2025, the United Nations General Assembly made a historic decision by adopting a draft resolution that officially designates July 12 as International Day of Hope. The resolution aims to amplify the power of hope across the globe, fostering peace, prosperity, and sustainable development. The initiative reflects a shared commitment to inspire positive action in the face of global challenges. The establishment of International Day of Hope is a testament of power of perseverance, collaboration, and unwavering belief. When global citizens are guided by conscience, embrace hope, and unite for the greater good, a better world becomes possible. Celebrating the first International Day of Hope at United Nations headquarters following its adoption carries significance. This annual commemoration will serve as a reminder that humanity can overcome adversity together, reignite hope, and illuminate the path towards sustainable peace and harmony. The meeting will focus on effective implementation and inspiring more like-minded individuals towards hope for existence and harmony with others. Our goal is to create awareness about the International Day of Hope, establish a collaborative platform for governments and non-governmental organizations to exchange ideas and share diverse perspectives on humanity and hope. Strengthening the power of hope through this meeting will contribute to transforming the world, paving way for a sustainable future for all. It will further provide insight to fostering peace, prosperity, and sustainable development through power of hope for a failing system. Excellencies, leaders will share their experiences, insights, and visions to promote spirit of cooperation in building hope, as well as strategies that will help restore hope in a failing generation. We believe that by the end of this meeting, the value and significance of promoting the power of hope will be intensified, encouraging people around the world to confront the global crisis we face today with hope that inspires action, uniting love and conscience to overcome challenges and realize our shared goal together. We welcome everyone. And without wasting more time, we want to invite His Excellency, Mr. Dominicio Dan Costa Bobosoras, the Ambassador of Timor-Leste Mission to the United Nations, to give his opening statement to usher in the Day of Hope. Your Excellency, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam.
Please open the mic for 1728.
This one. Thank you, Professor Okika, for such a very remarkable introduction. Dr. Nabit Kapoor, Vice President Dr. Hong Tao-Tze.
Please open the mic for 1728.
It's on. Yeah.
I think you can just put a little.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Oh, good morning. I'm sorry. I have to start over again. So thank you, Professor Ada Okika, Dr. Nabit Kapoor, Mr. President Dr. Hong Tao-Tze, Excellencies, friends, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is with deep honor that I speak today on this first ever International Day of Hope. On behalf of the Permanent Mission of Timor-Leste to the United Nations, I offer our heartfelt thanks to all partners, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, who helped bring this day to life. We are especially proud to co-sponsor this celebration together with the Permanent Observer Mission of Pan-African Intergovernmental Agency for Water and Sanitation in Africa to the United Nations, as well as the Federation of World Peace and Love. Sorry. Yeah, that's true, right? As well as the Federation of World Peace and Love, FOPAL. FOPAL's work on building peace, nurturing conscience, and reminding us of our shared humanity reflects the values that lie at the very heart of Timor-Leste's journey. Today's theme, fostering peace, prosperity, and sustainable development through the power of hope, speaks to something we all carry within us. It speaks to the human spirit. Because when everything else is uncertain, when conflict rages, when injustice grows, when the planet suffers, hope is what keeps us going. As Archbishop Desmond Tutu of South Africa said so simply and wisely, hope is being able to see that there is light despite all of the darkness. That is the light we are honoring today, not wishful thinking, but real, living hope. Hope that acts, that builds, and that refuses to give up. Ladies and gentlemen, Timor-Leste knows this kind of hope too well. Ours is a small country, but one with a big heart. For decades, our people lived under occupation, facing violence, hunger, and fear. But through it all, we held on to hope. We hoped for freedom. We hoped for dignity. And even when the path was hard, even when the nights were long, we never let go of that dream. We didn't do it alone, of course. The solidarity of others and the support of the international community kept that hope alive. When the time came, we rose together. And in 2002, the world watches as Timor-Leste reclaimed its place among the family of nations. Since then, our story hasn't been perfect, and no nation is. But we have worked with humility and courage to turn hope into reality. Building schools and hospitals, holding free elections, investing in peace and reconciliation, and standing up for others still fighting to be heard. Today, we continue to carry the same spirit of hope. We are investing in young people as our most significant source of promise. We are empowering women and girls whose strength and wisdom have always held our communities together. We are protecting the land and sea that sustain us. And we are working with others through the United Nations and also an organization called G Small 7 Plus to ensure that countries emerging from conflict can build their own futures with dignity and, of course, hope. So hope is not just a word for us. It is the reason we are here. It is what moved us from pain to peace, from despair to determination. It teaches us that peace is more than silence. It is justice. Prosperity means no one gets left behind. Sustainable development is not just a policy. It is love for our children and care for those not yet born. So let this International Day of Hope remind us that change is always possible, even when it seems far away. What we choose today shapes what's possible tomorrow. I look forward, with, of course, all of you, to today's fruitful discussion and exchange of experiences, insight, and visions to promote the spirit of hope. I hope this event will inspire action and empower each of us to become advocates of hope across the globe. So let us choose to listen, to stand up for the vulnerable, to care for the earth, to believe in each other, and always to hope. As Nelson Mandela once said, may your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. And as Ellen Johnson Sirleaf reminded us, if your dreams do not scare you, they are not big enough. Timor-Leste is proud to work beside all who carry this hope in their hearts. We will keep doing our part with open hearts, open hands, and open hearts, because hope endures, hope connects, and hope changes everything. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for that wonderful and inspiring opening statement. His Excellency has been able to let us know that hope is what is going on, what keeping. And hope is the reason why we are here. Hope is also the reason that we move from pain to peace. And then with hope, change is possible, even when it seems that it's not possible. We also ask us to know that we need to listen, stand up for the vulnerable, and believe in each other. We also need to have open hand, that hope endures, hope cometh, and hope lives. Thank you, Your Excellency, for that information. We are moving on to the keynote section on fostering peace, prosperity, and sustainable development through power of hope. And I have the pleasure to invite His Excellency, Dr. Nabhid Kapoor, who is the permanent observer for the mission of Pan-African Intergovernmental Agency for Water and Sanitation in Africa at the United Nations. Your Excellency, you have the floor.
Thank you.
127.
It's working? Okay. Distinguished Excellencies, guests, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor to speak before you today, representing the Pan-African Intergovernmental Agency for Water and Sanitation Mission at the United Nations, and to share a few words on this theme that could not be more timely or more urgent: fostering peace, prosperity, sustainable development through the power of hope. Hope is not a wishful thinking. Hope is a strategy. It is the seed from which action grows. In the darkest of times, it has been hope that has stirred communities to rise, nations to rebuild, and humanity to dream beyond its limitations. But today, hope must be more than just a feeling. It must become a tool, active, assertive, and grounded in policy and partnerships. We must institutionalize hope in how we govern, how we educate, and how we invest. In my role as the permanent observer to the WSA mission, I see firsthand how the lack of something as basic as clean water becomes a barrier to all three pillars we are here to discuss: peace, prosperity, and sustainability. Without water, there is conflict. Without sanitation, there is disease. Without these two, human dignity is compromised. And without dignity, peace becomes a distant idol. This is why our agency views water not only as a human right, but as a vehicle of hope. When we bring clean water to a village, we are not just quenching thirst, we are nourishing opportunity. We are building peace. Hope is best carried by the youth. They are not the leaders of tomorrow, they are the change makers of today. But they need platforms. They need education rooted not only in literacy, but in empathy. They need mentorship, and that doesn't teach them how the world is, but how it could be. Governments and institutions must invest in these young minds. Let us create hope incubators, safe spaces where innovation, dialogue, and courage are cultivated. Sustainable development is a collective endeavor. No government, no agency, no person can achieve it alone. But hope is contagious. When one nation acts in good faith, others follow. When a community thrives, it inspires the next. Let us build partnership across borders, across faith, across sectors. Let us promote collaboration and not competition. Peace is not merely the absence of war, it is the presence of justice, opportunity, and shared prosperity. So I ask all of you here today, let us be ambassadors of hope. Let every policy we craft be measured not by the economic indicators, but by how much hope it brings to the forgotten, marginalized, and the next generation. Let us remind the world that sustainable development is not a burden, it is a promise that tomorrow can be better than today, and that each one of us has a role in making it too. In the words of African proverb, however long the night, the dawn will break. Let us be that dawn for peace, for prosperity, and for sustainable development, and all over the hope. I thank you all.
Thank you, Your Excellency. And in your word, you mentioned that hope is a strategy for existence. Hope is a tool active in policy and partnership. Hope is on how we govern, how we lead, how we strive. And very importantly, hope is a vehicle, water is a vehicle of hope. Without water, we will not have hope for life. Hope is best guided by the youth who are change makers, but they need education, they need mentorship, they need guidance. We need to create hope incubators. Hope is contagious, and it promotes collaboration and not competition. We call on all of us as ambassadors of hope. Thank you, Your Excellency. And with that, I call on the visionary for International Day of Hope, Dr. Hong Tao-zi, President of Federation of World Peace and Love. You have the floor.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests,
1729.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
Dr. Hong, excuse me, if I can share with everyone the translation will be on channel 1. You can press on the side to hear the English translation. If you can hear testing, it's the right channel.
Okay. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. 联合国迎来80周年之际，我们在此齐聚，共同庆祝联合国于今年3月4日通过 国际希望日结文，并订立7月12日为联合国国际希望日。在此，特别感谢东帝汶驻联合国大使 Soares 阁下以及泛非洲水与卫生跨政府组织常驻联合国大使卡普尔博士为推动此一重要日子的努力，以及联合国各会员国的支持。国际希望日结文中敦促国际社会以国际良心日来弘扬和平、宽容、包容、理解和团结，以及用爱与良心构建和平文化，共创希望未来，彰显出世界的希望，根源于世人的良心觉醒，期盼世人怀抱良心、世界之爱与和平之愿，重塑地球永续的希望。希望是心念的投射，更是内心引领持续向前的力量。然而，唯有人民真正的付诸行动，希望方能成真。而愿力是希望的推手，它是从心而发，无私利众的能量。希望的愿景越大，善的能量圈就越大。需要勇敢、无畏、艰难的愿行，给予强大的支持。自古以来，许多令后世敬仰的圣贤与智者，都是因着这股支撑希望的愿行而成就伟大的事迹，造福世人。身处末日景象平缓的今日，大自然的反扑时刻躁动，加上病毒威胁、战争与地缘政治引发的人道危机与人权侵害，经济震荡影响各国民生，让全球人心惶恐不安。而希望如同太阳，以光明照耀大地。只要我们坚持彼此团结合作，为世界和平永续的希望付出，每个人都在自己的岗位上迈向希望实践愿力的过程中成长，对世界产生莫大正向的影响。25年来，本着强大的愿力，无人带领世界之爱和平总会全球成员致力智慧走访全球114个国家，邀请世界领袖冥想世界之爱和平中，并积极倡议国际良心日与国际希望日，终于获得联合国大会共识，成为世人同庆的普世价值。相信人类永续和平发展的希望，也将在世人愿力与愿行的汇聚中，一步步的落实成真。抱着这份希望，本人欲进一步以透明、 以诚信宣言呼应联合国80周年倡议，革新所创，革新期许人人从良心出发，待人以诚，尊重同理，行事守信，为组织运作提升效能、灵活与创新。让我们从自己开始，在生活中投入心力，共同为世界和平永续的希望，一起推动良心、爱与和平。谢谢大家 ，Thank you, Thank you all, Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Huang. Let us begin with ourselves and dedicate our efforts toward peace and sustainability. Dr. Hope had been a mover of an advocate of conscience, love, peace, and then now hope. And we are pleased that tomorrow is being declared as the International Day of Hope. Thank you for your efforts through the FOPAL all these years, for encouraging the observation of conscience and purity of peace and tolerance. Embracing our conscious love, the world will reflect on heart's aspiration for sustainability. Thank you so much. Now we have
Thank you.
we'll have a little change on the program because of some other engagement of excellencies. We are going to move the bell ringing ceremony upwards to to honor the Day of Hope. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Okika. And it's a great honor to be joined. Invite everyone today. As mentioned, we will be hosting the ceremony of ringing the bell of world peace and love. And within this ceremony is our heart's connection to the heaven and earth. So we welcome you to find peace in your hearts as we enjoy the sincere wishes of the Excellencies' wish for peace. And we will begin the ceremony of ringing the bell of world peace and love. Commence the ceremony. Daozi, Zhangmenren of Taijimen, President of the Federation of World Peace and Love. This is the meaning of ring the bell today.
Yeah, the camera people, please, can you step by the side? The two camera guys, please.
Wait. 有吗？ 末日警钟静，时局动乱平，众生毁灭临，良心英雄聚，和平钟声响，真爱愿速行，国际希望明。
Clock is set near midnight. Frequent turmoil shakes the world. Destruction looms for all. Heroes of conscience gather as the bell of peace rings loud. Motivated by true love, we must act swiftly to fulfill our wishes, bringing hope and light to the world. Thank you, Dr. Hong. Ringing of the bell. First wish, may everyone follow their conscience and the world will be at once. Second wish, may everyone act on their aspirations and love and hope will shine. Third wish, may everyone uphold integrity so we may share in prosperity and spread the truth together. Thank you, Dr. Hong. And now, with great honor, we'd like to invite to the front Ambassador of Timor-Leste Mission to the United Nations, His Excellency, Mr. Dionisio de Costa Babo Soares. Welcome, Your Excellency. Please announce your wish of peace to the world.
Oh, thank you. Let us, can you hear me? Yeah. Let us choose to listen, to stand up for the vulnerable, to care for the earth, to believe in each other, and to always have hope.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Now for the ringing of the bell. Please raise the mallet high to declare your wish for peace to the whole world. We will ring the bell 3 times. First ring for global sustainability. Second ring for love and peace. Third ring for the world as one. Congratulations! You are now the 640th bell ringer in the whole world. Dr. Hong is now presenting you with the conscience scarf. With the conscience, compass conscience aligned on the front, may it be a reminder of the positive energy that comes from within your heart. And the certificate of honor to congratulate Your Excellency, our 640th bell ringer in the world. Congratulations. Next, Dr. Hong is presenting the Li Fu artwork from the treasure collection of the Hong Daozi Foundation. This particular painting gifted to you, the one and only in the whole world. This one is called Dawning Light. The dark of night has slipped away as dawn ascends in golden ray. Hope now rises bold and bright, embracing the morning light. And this is the Certificate of Authenticity. We wish you enjoy this beautiful painting where it reminds you of the positive energy and the force that you have on the world. Congratulations. Next, Dr. Hong is presenting the key to the heart. This beautiful golden key will remind us that the key to changing the world lies within our hearts, our conscience. And next is a certificate of appreciation. We appreciate your support in making today's conference a huge success. Thank you for bringing all of us together. And now we'd like to invite Your Excellency to please return to your seat for now. We will invite you back up in just a little bit as Dr. Hong has another special gift for you. Next, we would like to welcome to the stage Permanent Observer of the Mission of Pan-African Intergovernmental Agency for Water and Sanitation for the United Nations, His Excellency Dr. Nabit Kapoor. Welcome. Please announce your wish of peace to the world.
Never lose hope. Hope is the light for all of us. Spread the endeavor to have hope. Inculcate the need to hope. With love, Nabit Kapoor.
Thank you, Your Excellency. For the ringing of the bell, please raise the mallet high to declare your wish to the whole world. First ring for global sustainability. Second ring for love and peace. Third ring for the world as one. Congratulations. You are now the 641st bell ringer in the world. Presented to you is the compass clock of conscience and the scarf. The bright colors reminds us of all the love that we have and we share in each and every single one of these conferences. Once again, congratulations to the 641st bell ringer in the world. Next, Dr. Hong is presenting the Li Fu artwork from the treasure collection of Hong Daozi Foundation. This particular painting's name is Blessing Bird of Paradise. A bird of paradise soars through the vast cosmos. Hope, vitality, and joy arrive on its wings. Let us soar together on the wings with love and conscience. In the Certificate of Authenticity, this is the only one painting for you in the whole world. And congratulations once again. Next, Dr. Hong is presenting the key to the heart. Our wish for peace is the driving force to turn the key. It represents each of our leaders' determination, wisdom, and influence on the world. And next is the Certificate of Appreciation. Thanking you for putting us together in this wonderful conference room full of lovely people. Thank you for making it happen for all of us today. And please remain on the stage as we would like to welcome back to the stage His Excellency Babasaurus to join Dr. Hong. Thank you, Your Excellency. Dr. Hong would like to present the book that documents the becoming of the International Day of Conscience and the International Day of Hope. This is a new release documenting the history, the milestones, the love that everyone came together for these events throughout the years. As we appreciate your efforts of putting together this conference today, we hope that this book in the future will be full of more of our love and peace and conscience. And we invite Dr. Hong and our bell ringers today to take a picture together. Big smiles, and ladies and gentlemen, on the count of 3, love and peace. 1, 2, 3. Love and peace. And welcome Professor Okika, an important woman for today's event, putting in hours of hard work to make sure that this conference is smooth sailing. Professor Okika did ring the bell and has continued to work for love and peace. May the conscience be awakened in our hearts every single day, as it will help propel us to continue this journey to fostering the culture of peace with our love and our conscience. Congratulations to Professor Okika, Your Excellencies. Take a group photo together. And once again, love and peace, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3. Love and peace. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Hong. Thank you, Your Excellencies. Please return to your seats. We will pack all the gifts and bring them to you when they are ready. Congratulations. Conclude the ceremony. And the ceremony is now completed. Thank you all for your participation. And Professor Okika, would it be okay for us to do the group picture now while Excellency is here? And we know he has another agenda. And so maybe the first row can stay seated, and maybe Your Excellency and Ms. Jerry White can scoot your chair over, and then the rest of us can join you in the back. That way, less moving around. And it's a wonderful moment to have all of our supporters of the events together before rushing to the next agenda. So ladies and gentlemen, if you can help us make your way to our speakers in the front. we're doing the group picture early as His Excellency does have another agenda to head to. We want to make sure that we're seen together and document this wonderful moment together. All right, be sure to make your way up and then back to your seats because we have more wonderful speeches to hear from. So if we can have the volunteers help guide everyone to make sure we look good. Yes, sir. Everyone, please join us standing behind the first row. Picture? After this, me? Oh, sorry. Okay. All right, do we have everyone? Perfect. Just rushing. No worries. And then on the count to 3, we'll look at the cameras in the middle and say love and peace. 1, 2, 3. Love and peace. And the second picture with hope. Light up the hope. More people. Picture, you guys? Come on. This is an important milestone. Make sure you're seen in the picture. You're making history together. Yes. All right, can we see everything? Everyone, beautiful smiles. On the count of 3, love and peace. 1, 2, 3. Love and peace. And the second one is the conscience gesture. It's very important. Do you remember? This is me. This is you. Want to bring me and you together over your conscience, the voice from within. On the count of 3, let's say conscience. There we go. Perfect. Conscience on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Conscience. All right. The third one, just a big wave to the whole world. We are dedicated to love and peace. All right. 1, 2, 3. Love and peace. Do we look good for the press? All right. And please make your way back for a seat as we will continue the program. And ladies and gentlemen, as you are getting seated, we will be introducing a video. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to find your seats so we can continue the lovely program for this morning. And thank you, Your Excellency. And we would like to now share with everyone this video that documents the becoming of the International Day of Hope. So welcome everyone to please enjoy the video as we revisit how it came about and what we can go from here. Please enjoy the video.
Hello, please get seated one more time, please. Can we get seated? Hello. Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Firmly believing that conscience is the key to world peace, Dr. Hong Tao-Tso, president of the Federation of World Peace and Love, FOPAL, launched the movement of an era of conscience in 2014. This initiative encourages people to speak and act with conscience in their daily lives, working together to create a more harmonious and sustainable world. Starting on April 5th, 2018, FOPAL collaborated with the permanent missions of Kiribati, Bahrain, Equatorial Guinea, and other nations to the United Nations in organizing over 10 conferences in and around the United Nations. These efforts contributed to the United Nations adoption of the resolution promoting the culture of peace with love and conscience in 2019, declaring April 5th as the International Day of Conscience. This observance aims to inspire self-reflection and encourage individuals to better themselves, their communities, and the world. Recognizing the grave challenges facing humanity, Dr. Hong presented the Declaration of World Day of the Power of Hope in November 2022 at the International Conference of Chief Justices of the World in India. The event brought together 263 influential leaders, including chief justices, judges, heads of state, and ministers from 65 countries. Dr. Hong encouraged people to embrace love and conscience, inspiring selfless and altruistic actions driven by hope to advance peace, strengthen unity, and ensure humanity's enduring future. From November 29th to December 1st, 2022, the Permanent Mission of Kiribati to the UN and FOPAL jointly drafted a resolution emphasizing the power of hope. Afterwards, Dr. Hong continued leading FOPAL on international visits, encouraging people to follow their conscience, embrace hope, and actively do good deeds through various initiatives. FOPAL also invited individuals worldwide to sign the Declaration of World Day of the Power of Hope. As of March 2025, people from 181 countries have signed the declaration, including heads of state, UN ambassadors, and leaders in various fields. Beyond promoting the declaration, FOPAL continues working with the Permanent Mission of Kiribati to advance the resolution, emphasizing the importance of hope and conscience-guided action. On April 3rd, 2024, ambassadors and representatives from 10 permanent missions to the United Nations convened in New York to discuss the proposed resolution recommending the establishment of an International Day on Hope. On April 4th, 2024, the Permanent Mission of Kiribati and FOPAL co-hosted the World Leader Summit of Love and Peace at the United Nations headquarters in New York to celebrate the 5th International Day of Conscience. The event encouraged further support for the new resolution on hope, with the goal of its adoption by the UN. On March 4th, 2025, the United Nations General Assembly held a meeting to vote on the draft resolution for the International Day of Hope, inviting the Ambassador of Kiribati to the United Nations to present the resolution.
Today, Kiribati stands before this assembly with a profound belief in the power of hope, a force that has carried humanity through the darkest of times and propelled us towards a future of possibility, resilience, and renewal.
The resolution was passed with the support of 161 countries, officially declaring July 12th as the International Day of Hope and recognizing it as a universal value. This milestone represents global unity, a united commitment to take action guided by common aspirations, to foster happiness and build a brighter future. FOPAL's efforts to promote the new International Day of Hope are already underway. On April 2nd and 3rd, celebrations in Bell of World Peace and Love ringing ceremonies are taking place at the United Nations in Vienna, bringing together world leaders, UN ambassadors, and peace advocates to unite in overcoming challenges and spreading hope and joy to all.
Thank you, and congratulations to everyone for this wonderful journey on International Day of Hope. Yes, thank you, Excellency, for your time and for your patience and for all the assistance to get us to this level. Thank you so much. Yeah, and thanks to Dr. Hong.
Thank you so much.
I want to call him a Nigerian name, because because he aspires like a Nigerian. Maybe your mother or grandmother, something happened somewhere. Because that is how we strive, we move it and then we get it done, So thank you for all these efforts. Yes. 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 We want to hear from the world leaders on this fostering peace, prosperity, and sustainable development through power of hope. And I have no other to call His Excellency Anthony Thomas Aquinas Carmona, 5th President of Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Your Excellency, you have the floor.
Good morning, everyone.
1730.
Dr. Hung, founder and president of FOPAL, the former president of the Republic of Ecuador, Her Excellency Rosalia Serrano, Mr. Jerry White, the 1997 Nobel Peace Prize laureate, His Excellency Dr. Nabit Kapuru, Permanent Observer Mission of Pan-African Intergovernmental Agency for Water and Sanitation for the UN, ambassadors to the United Nations, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. The citizens of the world hope for better, swayed many times by the promises of many leaders who don't materialize those promises into good deeds, good actions, and good results. What often erodes hope is the prevalent implementation deficits of policies and plans of modern-day governments and the body politic. This triggers hopelessness and a sense of helplessness in many, and therefore, like peace, hope must be worked on, nurtured and nourished to become sustaining among the citizenry of our nation states. That is why there is a need to ensure that leaders not only proffer holistic messages of encouragement and support to our global villagers, but must create and institutionalize enabling environments to ensure that the desire to look ahead with fruitful anticipation does not become otiose. As I've stated before, hoping for the best is neither a solution nor an option in confronting the global challenges unless buttressed by solution-oriented action. Leaders in our democracies have not been very good at keeping their promises to the electorate. And when this happens, it undermines the very tenets of hope. We are eternally grateful to Dr. Hong's humane dispensation and vision in founding the Federation of World Peace and Love as a juggernaut of universal peace, conscience, and hope. By his eclectic, inspiring stewardship and guidance, he has made us realize that there is one constant, that peace must be fought for and guarded, and that fight begins with waking up the sometimes dormant conscience of world leaders to their inter- and intergenerational responsibility to be purveyors and ambassadors of peace and sustainable hope. This Dr. Hong has done by successfully influencing state parties to not only bring to the floor of the UN General Assembly 2 declarations, but importantly, to agree to 2 talisman declarations, the International Day of Conscience, celebrated on the 5th of April, and the International Day of Hope, to be celebrated for the first time tomorrow, the 12th of July. In this regard, if we are to do justice to the Herculean accomplishment of Dr. Hong and FOPAL, we must not engage in the gratuitous, but rather we as leaders must go beyond genuine words and well-intended expressions of support. We need to go further through prompt, inclusive integration action plan to utilize our good offices to influence the movers and shakers in our individual societies in the world at large, to foster and nourish environments globally which would allow both the human spirit and the human heart to prosper, excel, perennially hope, and to exhale. We are living in dangerous times, as the world leaders, by their policies and by their obsession with power politics as opposed to service politics, is bringing us closer to midnight on the doomsday clock. Governance models appear to have difficulty with people's hopes, and they're often very simple. Peace, security, harmony, prosperity, just and fair opportunities, mutual respect, and uncompromising adherence to the rule of law. We must become robust influencers and be strategic in our modes of engagement. There is a growing sense of institutional impotency to either stop wars or mitigate its deleterious effects. À part ça, I ponder in the midst of the futility of the global North's initiatives and policies to establish a culture of sustainable global peace, order, and harmony, whether the global South must step up, must step in, must resile from its perceived slumber, and wake up to the global responsibility and duty to take charge to save Mother Earth. In this regard, the global South must take its place in the business of global amelioration. For we in the global South are repositories of hope, faith, conscience, humanity, and grounded in expectancy. Historically, we have suffered, but we bear no grudges, and we certainly don't walk around with proverbial bags of salt on our backs. We in the global South have solutions, the competencies, and most of all, the resolve to make this world of ours a place of insurmountable hope, sustaining peace, and a place of wonderful expectancy. Hope is a measurable, validated skill, not just a feeling of emotion. Helplessness, hopelessness, and depression have now become a proverbial pandemic globally in the daily lives of men and women. International wrongs are committed with alarming impunity. And if you're a global villager, as all of us are, we must believe in the utility and humanity of our waning multilateralism. And amidst it all, one feels helpless. One feels hopeless. One becomes depressed in the face of senseless wars and their disturbing human toll, concomitant with suffering of the vulnerable men and women and children. The climate change crisis for small island development states, threatening the very physical integrity of nation states. It's debilitating. The hunger, the poverty, the global malnutrition rates, food insecurity, the human displacement, the inhumane refugee camps happening all over the world in a world of plenty. Not forgetting the abject violations of fundamental human rights and disturbing aberrations of the rule of law. The UN Food and Security and Nutrition 2023 report stated that 28.9% of the world population, 2.3 billion people, are moderately or severely insecure. Hope takes place when democracy, peace, stability, and the rule of law reign supreme. Not far from my country, there's a country in need of salvaging hope, a great hope that the dire humanitarian crisis in Haiti will be abated, that subsisting acute hunger will be no more, that mass displacement will be eliminated, and women and girls will be genuinely empowered and will no longer be subjected to egregious forms of physical and sexual violence. Haiti is not alone, where man's inhumanity to man has become a way of life. There is, however, hope in hope. In the flotsam and jetsam of our human existence, hope provides us with the impetus to confront and meet head-on our daily challenges with affirmative anticipation. That elixir of hope must be nurtured through institutional and governmental action and vision. A societal and political crisis of false promises persists in burgeoning democracy and developed ones, facilitated by politicians, peddling false hopes and unrealistic dreams. This is further perpetuated by governance models lacking in transparency, accountability, integrity, and independence. People's sense of hope is under attack, under constant attack, and corruption has a debilitating impact on the vestiges and building blocks of hope. And apart from undermining the very foundation of democracy, it erodes people's sense of anticipation for a better tomorrow. My sense of hope, however, is grounded in our virulent faux pas philosophy and advocacy of ensuring that leaders possessed of governance models and policies infused and shaped by the intractable voice of conscience and a culture of peace and hope. The exercise and utilization of conscience gives an added fillip to hope, expectancy, and anticipation for better tomorrow. Today, finally, I wish to share you once more my hope that one day we will effectively address environmental impunity by the establishment of an international environmental court. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, we are living in times that require bold, courageous, and transformational leadership that creates solutions, that inspires and motivates the world's citizenry, one steeped in hope, full promises, and implementable vision. Progressive leaders inspire and generate hope by engaging in the protection of human rights, ensuring equity, equality, and justice for all. By this declaration of the International Day of Hope, celebrated on the 12th of July, we are giving credence to a collective vision which will nurture and sustain a global sense of boundless hope that tomorrow will be better and greater for all. For hope lives eternal. I thank you.
Wow, on the voice of a leader. That is too in-depth on challenges, issues, gaps, problems that has placed avenues for hope. People's sense of hope is under attack, even from the home. So hope must be worked on among us without fear or favor. We need to create an enabling environment that can usher a sustainable hope for human existence. We must be strategic on our continuous movement and drive to ensure a sustainable world with investment on hope. We must step in hope as a feeling of emotions on all aspects of humanity, especially even now we are driving towards the end of 2030 agenda. We need to salvage hope. And of course, there is hope in hope. Thank you, Your Excellency. You know, in my place, they said, when a woman is older in marriage, he has many cooking utensils. Is it not true, Your Excellency? Yes. When you can't compare a woman who has been in marriage for 30 years with somebody who is in marriage for 5 years with plenty utensils. So I know why His Excellency has given us this in-depth insight, because he's an old hand in marriage with plenty utensils on leadership and issues of policies. So we thank you, Your Excellency, for that wonder. Yes. Yeah, moving further, we'll have another old woman in marriage who has plenty utensils. Her Excellency Rosalia Arteaga Serrano, former President of the Republic of Ecuador. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Madam Ada Okika. I want to start again giving my greetings and best regards and thankful thoughts to Dr. Hon, the leader of FOPAL, the creator of all these fantastic initiatives to give the world and especially the young people more hope, more consciousness, more desires to do and to practice good leadership for all the world. I want also to give my salutation to different personalities here. Dr. Navid Kapoor, a good friend. We share some initiatives that he is leading about mental health, because we cannot have hope if we don't have a mental health. And this is one thing that Dr. Kapoor has fighting all these years. And of course, my salutation to His Excellency Anthony Carmona, good friend, former president of Trinidad and Tobago, and also the different and distinguished personalities that we have here, and the persons that are going to listen these reflections, these thoughts, through the different means of communication, because, of course, I'm sure that we are going to transform these reflections in message of hope for the whole universe, and this is very important. Now I want to share with you some ideas about what we hear today and about what we can do today, because the idea is to talk about peace, prosperity, sustainable development, through the powerful of hope, because we are celebrating this first anniversary of the Day of Hope decided by United Nations. And when I saw the panorama in my continent, Latin America, I am concerned about what's happening, because the violence is getting more and more territories. Some parts of some countries, like the very close Mexico, they are not led by the governments, but are led by the cartels of narco traffic. When I see the statistics of the IDB, the Inter-American Development Bank, I see that the 4% of our GDP is losing because of violence. 4% of our GDP, that is exactly the 80% of the budget dedicated to education in our countries, 80% of the budget. That is a tremendous impact. It has a tremendous impact in the life and the future life of our kids, of our teenagers, because many of them are out of good quality of education. They are losing their best years because they don't have the possibility to grow in peace. They don't have the possibility to dream with a better world. And that is a very impacting situation. We hear the words of President Carmona about the impact of judges, of the application of justice. Of course, I agree with him about the importance of a good system of justice in our countries, all over the world. And of course, I am aware about what's the impact of having good media, for example, to talk about good things in our countries. And we are aware about the fight that we have to do against corruption in our countries. But probably the most important thing is to improve quality of education. Because if we need a land to plant the seeds of hope, that's the brain of the young people in our countries. The brain is exactly the most precious thing, the most fantastic place that we can plant with these seeds that we are talking and agreeing here: conscious, solidarity, respect, hope. Those are the efforts that we can do together. As I told you yesterday, I had been a teacher since I was 17 years old. And I, since the beginning, understood that we have a big responsibility with the new generations. And if we want to transform the world, and I'm happy that everywhere where Dr. Horn is doing his work, there are lots of young people in his training places, in his schools and high schools, in different places. We saw a lot of young people, and it's so important, and that's the impact that for sure is going to be constant, definitely, and forever, I hope. Because if you start with young people to plant these seeds, we are going to have a very good and very nice harvest in the future. That's the only way. I am convinced about that. Even when I was in politics, in the most bright positions in my country and abroad with the Amazon Cooperation Treaty Organization, we said, okay, we have to work not to deforest the jungle of the Amazon, but what we have to do, to talk with the young persons, to instillate them with the idea that they have to preserve the nature if we want to have a better future. Nowadays, when we have really very hard statistics about deforestation, for example, in the Amazon, and people say, well, but this is far. We are in the same globe. We are in the same planet. Everything that we do in one part of the earth is going to affect the other part. That's the reason that we are talking quite often about sustainable development, because we have to take care of the planet that we inherit from our ancestors, and we want to give it to the people that comes after. And when I saw what's happening in the Amazon, considering sometimes the lung of the planet, I say better, this is the air conditioning of the planet. And we know what's happening nowadays with all these situations around the world. We are the air conditioning of the planet. If the forest ends in the Amazon, big part of United States could be a desert. And it affects Korea, and it affects Asia, and it affects all the other countries in the world. Then we have to, of course, work for a sustainable development, but the only way is to change habits in the small people, in the kids, and the teenagers all around the world. We have to modify the habits, and the only way is through education. Of course, we need the laws. Of course, we need a good example, but we need to convince them how important it is to modify the habits. That's the way to create hope for the future, in a realistic way, to dream a better world and to work for a better world. That is one thing that we can culture and work with the new generations. Of course, we think about this beautiful day, the first anniversary of the Day of Hope declared by United Nations. A lot of efforts have been done to get this achievement. And as I said yesterday, I am an optimistic person, and I strongly believe that we are going to have better times in the future if we work for these better times. If we continuously creating ideas like today we are celebrating, and continuously thinking about what can we do for the rest of the people, not in a selfish way, but what we can do for others, how we can work together, because together we can make it happen. Thank you very much.
I didn't hear your hands because she's a woman, right? Clap your hands. Can we clap for her again? You know, one striking thing with women is that everything we have is here. Can you see she did not read from her paper? She spoke from her brain. That is women for you. Huh? Everything is stored here. So we don't need to do research. We don't need AI, right? We are the original AI. So you actually...
And we can be simultaneous.
And we can be simultaneous. Can hear that?
Yeah, cannot
So,
be.
yes, we have better time for the future in times of hope. But the question is, what can we do and how can we work together to achieve this four-lettered word, hope? How can we help the younger generation? How can we help our mental health? And I add to the question Her Excellency asked, how can men help women to be what God wants us to be? That is the hope we are looking for. And we need us to be more hopeful to achieve a better world. Because we don't need research, we don't need AI. We are original AIs and everything is here. So help us. We need that hope from men to encourage women to strive. Are you hearing me? The faces of men are now changed. Except Dr. Hong, all the men here, they frown, including my boss. So thank you, Your Excellency, for giving us this insight that we need to plant hope in order for us to have solidarity, in order for us to work together and have a better world. Thank you so much. Yes, I want to call, have the floor to Mr. Jerry White, the 1997 Nobel Peace Prize laureate. You have the floor.
Thank you. I also agree that women should take over the world. But I've been married. But also, I've been married over 36 years, and I also have some utensils and some tools, many. And for the last 30 years, I've been practicing in the kitchen of systems change and how to really deliver peace in very concrete ways. And I also, with all due respect, want to bring in the voice of science, not AI, or unless it's authentic intelligence from women, but what we have learned about the science of hope and the science of flourishing. It's very important for us to remember this and be grounded not just in the values and the virtues and heaven, but on earth, what does it take to mobilize hope? So the science is pretty clear and hopeful. The last 25 years have shown that hope and being hopeful is associated with really some wonderful outcomes. For example, lower depression, increased meaning and purpose, goal setting, trauma recovery and healing, trust in others, reducing suicides, promoting resilience to loneliness, overcoming a crisis, reducing negative thinking, anxiety, promoting healthy behaviors, including nutrition and exercise, coping with pain, improving education outcomes, getting better grades, improving graduation rates, athletic achievement, producing better work. You get the point. It goes on and on. The science of hope, different from optimism, is quite clear, as is the science of flourishing. So how do we move from the violence we are hearing about growing around the world to a flourishing world? And so I think this is very important to talk, as my colleagues have. What is our Hope 365, our everyday strategy for hope to mobilize the resources and invest in the science, the art and science of creating power? That's my definition of strategy. I'll repeat, the art and science of creating power. It's a creative act to lead change, meaningful change, in the face of uncertainty, violence, conflict, and chaos. That is our charge. How are we going to do this? Well, hope is a powerful river that carries us forward from visions and source of love to peace and flourishing. So I want to make a point about flourishing as well. It's not just a wonderful word. Templeton and other resources and other investments on science and research around the world show that flourishing requires, in summary, 3 things we must be mindful of. You can't just have 1 or 2. You must have these 3 cylinders revving. Number 1, connection. Us in this room, relationships, community. We need to belong and have meaning. Community connection, number 1. Build it, protect it, do it every day. Number 2, protection. This is that sort of the V word that people are afraid of, violence. Hope is not afraid of violence. Hope gets us through and gets us to the other side on flourishing. But if we do not have strategies for protection of women and rights and basic needs, human security, We cannot flourish if we don't trust our governments or thinks everyone around us are trying to kill us with machetes, guns, take your pick. Connection, protection, and lastly, creation, as we heard about the Amazon, the lungs of the planet. If we are not aligned with nature and stimulated by education, by learning, by working, by the arts, by laughing and dance and things that are positive, we also don't flourish. So that's the recipe born out in science, but also it is the charge ahead of us. Connection, protection, creation, and stimulation. So what is the Hope 365 strategy that we might co-create together? And I'm so grateful for Dr. Hong and for Faupal and others here who have called us and invited us to a greater place. What do we do next, the day after the first International Day of Hope? What happens on the second day? Well, I would say let's move and mobilize. So what we learned in the campaign to ban landmines, which that's why I share in the Nobel Peace Prize in 1997, is it was, again, the smaller and middle powers, not the United States, not the Security Council, not China, not Russia, not the big powers. They end up being followers or doing something else. But it was the Norways and the Canadas and the Ecuadors and the Switzerlands and the Trinidads and others who call and put it on the table, how to ban landmines when the whole world, including all the superpowers, say no, we love landmines. A weapon that maims children and women and farmers and refugees. They're cheap. Shame on us. So I don't expect my country, the United States, to lead. It's like a giant that, in fact, if you waken it very often, it stomps on things and things don't go so well. I expect, as we are seeing today, civil society, small and middle powers gathering together and the art of creating power, political, financial, social, spiritual, relational, intellectual, etc. So that's what excites me. On a campaign for flourishing, driven and carried by hope, launched this weekend, celebrating the first International Day of Hope. So we all need to vibrate together. So how to do it? What did we learn? Top down, bottom up, middle out. We each have separate roles to play. So top down, governments, play your role. Lead. Philanthropists, billionaires, let's put those giving pledges to good work. Let's mobilize resources to invest in hope, the #1 investment strategy you can do for mental health and for our flourishing, period. Invest now in hope in very specific ways around the world. So that's top down, set the standard of leadership. Bottom up, grassroots. You, I, as individuals, with our families, we want our children safe and creative and learning and at play. We want them to develop, so individuals learning to flourish, bottom up. We learned in the United Religions Initiative that I ran for 3 years that in fact the top-down leaders of religion were like states, nations. They were sort of busy with their tribe, trying to hold them together. So they in fact missed the point that people, you and I, want to cooperate across faiths and boundaries and difference. We celebrate difference together and work on very pragmatic things, bottom up in our communities. So bottom up is important. And middle out also so important. That is the coalition of civil society, the Faupals of the world, religious actors, as well as civil society, NGOs, universities. They need to coalesce together in a campaign for Hope 365 in a way that maybe one day could result, maybe it's only 5 to 10 years away, that we lay the groundwork for a global covenant of flourishing and philanthropy driven by hope. And when I say philanthropy, I'm not talking about big names with big pocketbooks. I'm talking about those people who live out the translation of the word, which is to love humanity, to stand for hope for ourselves, for others, and for the planet. So that excites me, a strategy for hope from this day forward. Thank you.
Wow, this is deep. He said kitchen of system change. And then he went down to give us the powerful receivers in terms of connection, relationship, community, looking at protection, And that hope is not afraid of violence, it's not afraid of wars and conflict. He went on to look at strategies of protection and basic needs. And I was glad that he said women must be protected. He talked about creation, working, education, arts, simulation. And then you got to Hope 365 strategy. Gave us the strategy of top up, bottom up, right? And then top down. And this is exactly the summary of what we did. Getting involved, every stakeholder in these three segments to look at strategies, momentum on how to drive hope across the world. Well, it's good to be a scientist. This is a different dimension. Thank you, Mr. Jerry. Thank you so much. I have to cue into that. Thank you so much. So moving forward, we need song by FOPA youth members. At least that song should help us to internalize this scientific aspect of hope.
Very good.
Yes.
And yes, the youth are once again here. And as all the distinguished guests were speaking, I couldn't help myself but remember back to the first time I was at the United Nations. I was in here with the FOPAL and Dr. Hong guiding us to attend the 5th Annual Youth Assembly. And I was shocked. I had a lot of fun with the youth, meeting them from all over the world for the first time, and we connected out of love and the positive energy. And I was faced with people wondering, what is it that you do? And I said, we spread the message of love and peace. We connect people. And then he goes on to ask me, well, what do you do? I'm like, I just answered. I was a little confused, but I think he was expecting like providing nets perhaps or water, cleaner water. He's looking for something a little bit more physical. But I continued with the question in my mind, and it was until 2018, my 10-year anniversary of being at the United Nations, attending events, that Ambassador Sito and the different missions came together and had a conference on the topic love and peace. And it was a very touching moment for me to see the progress. What everyone mentioned today, you could really feel the progress from me to we. And so I wanted to take this opportunity to say our appreciation for Professor Okika, obviously bringing all of us together, spending the time to make sure that everything is very well. Dr. Kapoor and Ambassador for Timor-Leste, it's leaders like you who give us hope. We have high school students, we have college students, graduate students, and some just started to work. And seeing what is possible from our leaders, I'm sure they're gonna come back next time. Take time from work, from school, just to be here and share their most pure and innocent hearts with all of you. And this is the song, We Can Change the World. And an invitation to all of the leaders in this room to connect with our youth. They've grown up practicing Chi, but a little way from Claire, who just graduated from Harvard, and working now from home. She brought her computer here, so while volunteering, she goes back to the hotel and continues her work, and that's how much she wanted to be here. Michelle, 17, right? And just won the first place competition, leading the team in robotics, right? Congratulations. And then we have a recent master graduate from Colombia, Erica, also very devoted to environmental protection. She is a vegan, she loves turtles, and she cares a lot about the planet as well. And nutritionist, eating, all right. And we have more students studying in sports, Chinese medicine, engineering. Please connect with us, motivate the youth, and they will share their good Chi with everyone. And we have a PhD. There you are. So once again, we welcome your words of message to them, and they will share their positive Chi with all of you. Thank you so much. We can change the world.
That they are now today leaders. So we need to continue to encourage them and to empower them. Expose them to be strong, and this is one of the things, bringing them to events like this to perform is also a strategy to strengthen them to develop themselves across board. Thank you. Yes, we are ushering in the statements from civil societies and faith-based organization leaders. And I am privileged to invite His Royal Highness, Dr. Prince Mario Mas Sakombo-Glip. Yes, Lipe, yes, Global Peace Ambassador, you have the floor.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me? Yes. I'm Prince Mario Sakombo-Glip, and I'm here to talk to you as a peace ambassador, as a lawyer, as a family member, and also as a European and an American. And what I want to share with you is hope is where it all starts, because hope we can all have. That's a big difference. When we talk about peace, not everybody has peace yet. Prosperity, hard field too. Not a lot of people have the full prosperity to their possibilities. And love, we all hope for, we all wish for. Some have it, some don't have it yet, but what all links us together, we can hope for all these things. And one thing I would love to share is, we get sometimes tricked with history. History is really tricky. It's really dangerous. We look back to our relationships. We look back to our partners. We look back to our neighboring countries. We look back to occurrences that happened. And they all leave an imprint. They all leave a mark. So what if we come in neutral? What if we ask the question again, like the young generation would do? Coming in this room, and they ask the question with a very open heart and with a very open mind. What do you really want? Ask the common sense question. And a lot of these conflicts we have boiling right now and bothering all of us and making the world less prosperous, less loving, less peaceful, we can figure out what is the real, the most current, as of today, problem by asking this question again. And one thing is interesting. In Europe, we have so many countries, and we have had, luckily, peace for a long time now. And the countries are very different. The people are very different. The people look different. They all talk a different language. Couldn't be more diverse. And when you grew up there, this diversity becomes part of your DNA. You know that you cross the border. I was born in Salzburg in Austria. You cross the border, you're in Germany within 4 minutes. You're in Italy within 2 hours. You're in the Czech Republic within 90 minutes. So different countries, different languages, different looks. That was the most normal thing. And what we were taught as kids, and it's so important to tell our kids, people are different, that is beautiful. People talk a different language, it is beautiful. I'm a lawyer. People have different legal systems. That is totally fine. So the openness for the diversity, the openness for the variety brings us together on a table, like this beautiful table here, with enormously intelligent, charismatic, and powerful leaders. And let's spread the word that we revisit the negotiations from an initial point back to what do you really want? And this can be with any problem makers, with any so-called troublemakers, with any historical difficult situations. When we revisit with a neutral point of view, then we can keep jus est ars boniat equi. The just is the art of the truthful and of the justful. And I really love that we spread the word through Dr. Hong of hope, because hope is the unifying power, and that way we can achieve peace. And there is nothing easier than peace, because that's what we all want. Every leader, every person living in a country, but also every businessman, and they have a lot of power. So let's find the common ground on peace and never give up hope. Thank you.
Wow. Openness for diversity. Hope is a unifying power for peace, love. If you don't have hope, you will not have peace. You hope to have peace. You hope to love and be loved. You hope. I think it's a new dimension of hope. So without hope, we won't have peace, we won't have love. We won't build our conscience without hope. You know, every aspiring human being hopes to be loved, hopes to be wealthy, hopes to, all those things. And that is openness for diversity. You cannot just stay one place and hope for hope or love or peace, but you need to diversify. You can see in this room, we are in different cultures. Because of this event, we're able to meet a lot of people. So, and that's the hope we tend to go. It grows in us. But the fact remains now is the driving momentum, and that is what concerns us. And we welcome and we appreciate FOPAL for giving us this platform on hope. We need hope to drive the momentum for sustainable peace and love, right? Yes. Right. You know, we've heard from two technocrats, starting from Jerry White to His Highness. They went they went the other way, As a Christian, when they were fishing, they didn't get fish. Jesus came and said, go to the other side. So these two speakers went to the other side in terms of delving into hope. And all we need now is to gather the dots, join the dots to enable us drive the momentum for sustainability. We don't want just to end today. We need to drive it, starting from ourselves. Thank you for that presentation. Yes, moving further, I call my good friend, Dr. Bernard Fiakoff, founder of A Time for Truth Foundation. Dr. Bernard. Did I call your name African way?
Perfect. Very nice. Better than me.
Really?
So, esteemed leaders gathered here together for this International Day of Hope. As founder of the Drug-Free World America's Chapter Foundation, for the Time for Truth Foundation, I ask you a question. Where's the hope when children across the world are suffering from violence, sexual abuse, trafficking, bullying, even death, transcending all borders, all nations, all creeds, all races, all religions, all continents? As we speak, over 100 million children
around the world are homeless and live without stable shelter. They sleep on sidewalks, in cars, in refugee camps. More horrifically, 1 in 2 children suffer violence each year. That's approximately 1 billion youth. 2 of 3 go home to physical punishment across the world, all countries, all races, all borders. It does not discriminate. Only our poor child is harmed. These little hands and tiny hearts are being stunted before they even learn how to read. Our future is being destroyed as certainly as biochemical warfare and atomic bombs destroy our climate, aside from the human beings. The ripple effects of this crisis are undeniable. I know rising drug statistics myself, crime statistics. We're never going to solve that. Doesn't matter what laws. Disintegrating family structure, in which case no future is possible. A child without shelter is more than twice as likely to be trafficked for labor or exploitation, 3 times more likely to turn to crime, not by choice, but desperation. Violence creates obviously lasting impacts. What are we doing with our leaders when they're suffering this initially? What's being recorded, engraved, regardless of the philosophy that you believe in? Children don't need our pity. They need our protection. They don't need psychiatric labeling. They need to have love, as the U.S. Surgeon General has stated in his advisories, Vivek Murthy. Today, I propose more, but not more AI. But as Dr. Hong has said, more hope, more humanity, love, and help. I propose to you a common sense code that's non-religious so that we can all agree. In a book that's called The Way to Happiness, which utilizes an age-old solution agreed upon by all peoples, all races. A precept number 4 called Love and Help Children. Not to tolerate, not to ignore, but to love and help. Because when we protect our youth, we create a world of opportunity and possibility. A child can rise to great heights even though they start out in poverty, in shambles, as you witness champion boxers Manny Pacquiao, Roberto Duran, who I loved. A child without love sickens and collapses. We live in a world with tremendous technology, but yet we fail to do the most basic human need, which Dr. Hong's group stands for, love and consciousness. To the leaders in this room, protect and educate the child, and we protect the world. To every family member, teacher, neighbor, and human being, if you reach a child, we rescue our world. Let us live by a way to happiness, not in theory, but in action, of actual economic funding, real laws, and daily decisions. Happiness is not paved in power, but in love, in understanding, in empathy, that we all, as human beings, imbue. And we can do this to the future leaders of the world. And we have to ask ourselves a few questions. What will we have taught them? What example have we set for them? Poverty caused by lack of educational opportunity deliberately? War and conflict utilizing missiles and drones instead of communication with our friends? Social media espousing money, sex, and personal appearance rather than society and the future of the planet? Let us say no. Hope demands our consciousness wake up to our hearts. To build a world where children are loved, taught with respect, listened with dignity, and allowed the freedom to dream and find the heights that human beings can rise to. The UN, in its wisdom, has addressed child violence. The Sustainable Development Goal targets 16.2 to end exploitation, trafficking, and all forms of violence against all children, white, black, yellow, brown, green, blue. Let us love and help children, not as a precept in a book, not as a law, but as a decision to create the future for all humanity. We were all once children. As I end this talk, let's go back to when you were 6, 7, 8, running around the room. On this International Day of Hope, let's wake up and open our eyes, minds, and hearts. Let's find a new world as we wake up. Let's say, as we wake up, no more hate, no more war. I see a new world, a road to freedom for all our children, for every family, and for our blue planet Earth. Thank you so much.
Dr. Bernard, thank you so much. This is a clarion call. Wake up. Let us wake up to a no more hate, no more wars, no more conflict. But wake up to a world of hope for a new world. Thank you very much. We need to wake up to a world of new hope that will end hate, wars, conflicts, and then we live in harmony with one another. Thank you so much. Yes, the next faith-based civil societies are Dr. Monica Sanchez, who is the CEO of Miss CARICOM International Foundation. Monica, you have the floor.
Acknowledging from Dr. Professor.
You have the mic.
No? My mic? Mic not on? Yeah. Acknowledging Professor Dr. Ada Okika, who is doing such a wonderful job. Your Excellencies, world leaders, honored guests, Dr. Hong, and fellow advocate of peace, I greet you today with gratitude and conviction, standing in this sacred hall of the United Nations on this first ever International Day of Hope. A day born of wisdom, light, and the spiritual leadership of Dr. Hong Tai-si, who has traveled tirelessly to 114 countries to promote peace, love, and hope. Today, we do not just gather, we align. We align our hearts, our spirit, our mission with the urgent call for peace and love. Hope is not passive. Hope is revolutionary. It is the fuel that ignites the human spirit against injustice, inequality, and indifference. Hope is the fire behind every one of the UN's 17 Sustainable Development Goals. From eradicating poverty to empowering women, to ensuring education and dignity for every child born. In my life's journey, as founder of Miss CARICOM and Dean of UNESCO Institute of Fashion Education, from correctional facilities in New York to the inner city of several countries, including Guyana, Gambia, Uganda, and Trinidad, I have seen that when hope is planted in hearts, transformation follows. Through my foundation, Miss CARICOM International Foundation, and our Life Skills Program, with over 250,000 graduates, we've witnessed how cultural identity, education, and faith in self can awaken a community's power. But hope cannot thrive in silence. We must speak for the voiceless. We must build digital highways that connect us not divide us. We must replace violence with vision. We must challenge the structure that benefit from the hopelessness. Let me be clear. Hope is not naive. Hope is divine. And today, we are all guardians of that divinity. The energy in this room, the love, the faith, the unity is not temporary. It is a covenant. It is the beginning of a new human rhythm. Let this day, July 11th, be written not only in our calendars, but in our hearts as the day the world chooses hope over fear, action over apathy, and peace over power. May the light of love lead us forward. I thank you, and thank you, Dr. Hong, for this.
You see what I mean? The case of women is always different. Men, whether you like it or not, you can't beat nature. So Dr. Sanchez has been able to tell us that, one, we must speak for the voiceless, and we must replace voice with vision. And that hope is divine. And when we plant hope, transformation follows. And the beauty radiates. So let's work together to plant hope. The only thing I didn't hear from her, because her name is Monicom, she didn't tell me how hope will bring money. Thank you so much for that. Yes, we are moving forward. I hope we are not tired. Oh my God, some seats are empty. Oh God, please don't allow the seat to be empty anymore, because there is hope. Today we are celebrating hope, and hope is what we need now for everything we have. So can we just stand up and hold hands and raise up? Like we are tired. Yes, stand up. To be awakened. Let's awaken hope. Everyone, hold someone, and let's awaken hope. Awaken hope. Awaken hope. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Hope. 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 We have to awaken hope. Yes. We need it. We need to awaken hope. We are tired of wars. We need to awaken hope. Hope for sustainability. Hope for peace. Hope for love. Hope for the younger generations. And hope for all our visions and aspirations for a better world. You know, when the new incoming PGA came, he said, better together. And I love that slogan so much. So with better together, let's drive momentum for hope in our communities, in our relationships, in every area around us, so that we can begin to end wars. Hope for sustainability. Hope for the future we want, for a better future. And hope that men should allow women to come out to lead. Yes, so thank you so much. And yes, I hand over to my co-chair. Yes. Oh, my love, I forgot my, thank you so much, sorry. Yes, we have the next speaker, Hood Sanon, right? Sanon, Ambassador and the American Coordinator, Special Envoy to COJEP. I don't want to forget. Me and you work together. I wonder why I forgot you.
Thank you, Professor Alda. Your Excellencies, honor leaders, Dr. Hong Taizi, President Anthony, President Uzalia, Mr. Jerry White, Prince Mario, Dr. Ben, Congressman White Joseph, delegate from Haiti, Enoch Faustino, First Lady Emmanuel Assanen, honored guests from around the world. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today. I am Yuri Sanen from Haiti. For over 20 years, I have served the cause of peace, love, and human rights. I have stood here before you many times, but today I come not with title. I come with truth. I come with hope. I come with love, not with position, but with pain. Yes, I have seen war. Yes, I have heard the mothers cry for children who never came back home. Yes, I have watched home fall, dream, die, and human rights ignored. Yes, I have seen leaders celebrate, drinking wine, while injustice grew. And yes, I have seen my dear friend, Dr. Hong Taizi, a true global peace builder, travel to 114 countries in the world, investing his heart, time, and resources to promote conscience, love, and peace, and still his voice is not heard. Because I've seen this, I will not be silent. I will speak until justice comes. I will speak until conscience is honored. I will speak until nations trade fairly, respect borders, and stop taking what is not theirs. I will speak until war is no longer used as a mask for greed. Today is not just a celebration of the International Day of Hope. It is a wake-up call. It is a test of our shared humanity. Can we build a world where peace ends war? Can we choose love over hate? Today, I call for peace, but the pain feels too great. The world is hurting and too many voices is unheard. Across the world, suffering goes. 783 million people are hungry every day, every night. 244 million children cannot go to school. 296 million turn to drugs to escape pain. 2.6 million face discrimination every day. Over 6 million people have died in war since 2000. And we spend $2.4 trillion on chemical weapons. So when we call for peace, when we call for love, for conscience, hope, are we going to be heard? Can our call for love and peace be heard? Can we choose love over hate? Yes, we can. We can only if we change how we live, how we lead, how we love. Let us speak for those who cannot. Let us protect the weak. Let our love speak louder than hate. Let us protect the woman's right. Let us not hope for peace. Let us be the peace. Carry in our heart, speak it with our voice, live it with our action. Let us choose from war to peace, from hate to love, from revenge to forgiveness, from fear to courage, from despair to hope. I was going to speak for about 30 minutes, but I'm just going to end now. For many years, Dr. Hong has spent times and resources to empower the whole world. He traveled to 114 countries in the world, empowered more than 600 world leaders to come to the table of peace. I said it yesterday, I've seen on TV that people advertising, people laboring to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. they have not done anything to promote peace. But Dr. Hong, the founder of FOPAL, have done so much. That's why today, I encourage Mr. Jerry White, the 1997 Nobel Prize laureate, ambassadors, excellencies, doctors, president, ambassador to United Nations, Minister of Foreign Affairs, governor, pastors, Haiti. Let us advocate for our beloved brother, Dr. Hong Taizi, to receive the Nobel Peace Prize because he deserves it. He is 81 or 82 years old. His strength is priceless. He's outstanding. He look like he's 30 because he got hope. He looked like he's 30 because he promoting love and peace and consciousness. As you can see, young people from high school, from college, university, people around the world come around him because his message is priceless. Please advocate for this man to receive the Nobel Peace Prize so his legacy can be everlasting. Thank you so very much. Before I end, I'd like you to also acknowledge my dear country, Haiti. After World War II in 1945, Haiti was among 50 states that created this platform, United Nations. We helped the Jews, we helped Venezuela, we inspired many states, many countries to come to the table of peace, to fight for the freedom. Now Haiti is suffering. We have what Joseph he's been advocating. We have Faustino. We have many friends of Haiti. We have Gary Doyelan. We have Ambassador Shirley. We have Lucita. We have many people that want a voice. President Anthony has advocating. Please, President Rosada, get together because Haiti do not need favor. We need global solidarity. Please advocate, join with us so in turn we can be what we were, the first black independent country in the world that inspired the whole world. Thank you so very much, and may God bless you, may God bless the world, and may peace and hope be outstanding. Thank you very much.
You know, I'm looking at you because he was asked to speak for 3 minutes. but he did not complain. He didn't even tell me my speech is for 30 minutes. But he had hope to speak for 30 minutes, and he had ended up speaking for 30 minutes. He ended up speaking for 30 minutes, you see? So I think, Dr. Horn, you've done well by making sure we have this celebration because through him now we have put hope into action from 3 minutes to 30 minutes. Can we clap for him? Yes, thank you. That's a wonderful voice you really gave out for Dr. Hong, Haiti people are part of us. So I'm also having hope that they should return back home to Nigeria, where they come from, the Haiti people. Yes, Babibo. Yes, you need to come back home. So there is hope. I have hope that all of you will return. So what we need to say is that when you work hard, when you strive, the next thing is to hope for legacy. And that's what Ambassador has done, Sanon, right, has done for Dr. Hong, by speaking out for him to be on the path for Nobel laureate said, and that's very necessary because he has set the pace, he has mentored a lot, he has brought in, provided hope for the future. You can see I'm sure that person doing PhD is not up to 20 years, but he is also on the line of completing PhD very soon. So a lot has to be done, and we need to also hope for sustainable legacies in all we do across the world. So thank you for that advocacy voice. Thank you. Yes, so I don't want us to be tired. We're also going to finish. We are going to finish in the next 1 minute while I call my co-host to take over. My co-chair, sorry. Yeah, good. Eh? No conversation.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and the floor is yours. And we want to hear from all of our dear friends. We heard top to bottom, bottoms up, middle out. And so we'd like to welcome the floor to invite each of you around a minute each. Introduce yourself. Maybe you have a question or just to share your thoughts on the idea of hope. But first, we do want to acknowledge Mr. Enoch Charles, Haiti advisor, who did support and help us in bringing in the very important golden ancient bell so we could have the ceremony today. And speaking from the talk of Haiti, maybe we can start from Shirley Boyron, president of the Society in Action. 1 minute speech.
Thank you, Judy. Your Excellencies, one second. Your Excellencies, distinguished delegates, honored guests. Today, we gather at the United Nations not only to celebrate the first day of International Day of Hope, but to reignite our shared responsibility to build a world grounded in peace, dignity, and human connection. As president of Society in Action, I bring with me the voice of the underserved, the resilient youth, and those working each day to turn struggle into strength. For them, hope is not just a wish. It is a strategy for survival and transformation. Hope empowers the child who dares to dream beyond war. Hope drives the mother who will build loss. Hope unites us across borders, cultures, and ideologies to pursue justice and healing. In the words of Nelson Mandela, peace is not just the absence of conflict. Peace is the creation of an environment where all can flourish. Let this day be more than a celebration. Let it be a global commitment to lead with compassion, to invest in humanity, and to let hope light up the path to lasting peace. So my brothers and sisters, today as a Haitian American, I ask you all to stand with Haiti, to stand with the world, to stand with the children, those who are forgotten, and let us all rise and bring our voice together to bring peace around the world and to remind our brothers and sisters in Haiti that they are not forgotten. We are here, we are strong, and we are fighting for them. I thank you for your time.
And thank you. Anyone stand together? That we will do. Anyone else would like to share their thoughts?
Anyone across the globe, especially my fellow Haitian in Haiti. One thing in common we have heard by far, I think they save us for the best for last. We live in a world today where profit replaces empathy, where perception replaces reality, where greed replaces sympathy. Hope cannot be only superlative to a word. Hope have meanings. Optimism cannot replace hope. Hope and faith walk hand to hand. The moment we feel hopeless, we become faithless. You don't have to be religious to have faith. You don't have to have somebody expectation to have hopes. This is one thing we deprive others, from Ukraine to Gaza to West Bank to Haiti. Today we come in front of the global community to say unite. We cannot just give good speech and everyday gumbaya and expecting everything will be solved themselves. Today, as the great day of International Day of Hope and Love and Appreciation for Peace, we can start today to fix the problem once for all. Look at ourselves. If we biased with ourselves, we biased with our neighbors, hope we die. The moment we realize that we have a role in this globe to solve the issues or conflict, hope will be flourish. And today, on behalf of every Haitian that live on earth, everybody that's persecuted, living as an immigrant within their own borders, I wish them hope. And the hope that they deprive them because of political greeds, because of the empathy, lack of empathy and sympathy. We stand with you. Thank you, Dr. Holm. Thank you, Dr. Okiga. And thank you, Honorably Mr. Jerry White, which is the beacon of what we're fighting today. Mr. Bernard, thank you for your presence. And thank you for everyone to attend today. Remember, if we drop the ball today, there can be no future tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, and we'll call on the lady over there in the blue, and then next we'd like to invite Miss Gloria Starkins, maybe say a few words of encouragement with us. Okay?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. If I stand and talk like this, is that okay for everybody? Okay, great. You cannot hear me? Great. The reason I'm standing is because I value all of your time, all of your presence. Is this better for everyone to hear? Okay, great. My name is Nicole Barth. I am the Director of Community Affairs at the Church of Scientology in New York. Now, the reason I'm here is not religious in nature. I think there's a lot of good tools that we can collaborate on. I'm happy to know all of you, to work with any of you. I think, you know, a lot of what the panelists and the speakers have been speaking about in terms of the importance of education, the importance of building hope through flourishing and prospering, through working together is exactly what we do. We have programs that teach children the truth about drugs, educate them on their human rights, and also a common sense, non-religious book built on hope and happiness with actions. So I know we have very little time, but this is the book that we've been talking about. It's called The Way to Happiness. I have many for all of you or any of you who would like. And to leave you with a message of hope, I'd just like to give you a definition from the book on what is flourishing, really, which I think we can all agree on. So the book says, to flourish, to be in a state of activity and production, expanding in influence, thriving, visibly doing well. And to prosper is to achieve economic success, succeeding at what one does. So I want that for all of you, and I look forward to getting to know you all. Thank you.
Your 1 minute to share the most important message and encourage you to exchange ideas afterwards. And first, Gloria, and then we'll move to this side. Welcome, Gloria.
First of all, it's a great honor to be invited here. I have been in the United Nations since 1957. I came originally designated by Governor Nelson Rockefeller to work with the Commonwealth as the different members of the Commonwealth became independent countries. I also worked with all of the African countries and with the Dalai Lama, who I have retained a good friendship with through all these years. The doctor has courage. Yes, there are 200 countries, but not all 200 countries want what the doctor wants. He's a noble man. Dr. Hong is unique because he has the courage to, it's a fight, and the fight is for hope. And when I listen to everybody here, my father came from Germany. We all know the stories of Germany, how 6 million people burned to death in incinerators. Incinerators, unfortunately, that had built by Switzerland, a Pacific country. If we can get everybody to avoid hate and change it to understanding. Doctor, I don't know if you can get everybody to love everybody else, but if you can at least get them to listen and understand their point of views, which you're building for the world today with this event in the UN. Yesterday, you had some very important people, and one of the key people, in my opinion, was the discussion on sanitation. Sanitation is a weapon. Lack of food is demolishing countries. The Sudan, how 10 million people without food. Myanmar, a Buddhist country, the country of U Thant, a UN Secretary General, killing their own people. And their poor people being forced to live in Bangladesh, which is giving them hospitality, but it's second-hand rate hospitality, but it's better than nothing. All of us are here today because we can all do something. And maybe Dr. Hong has to say and write a doctrine of what he feels we can all accomplish and do as a part of his goodwill troops. Thank you, Doctor, for letting me speak.
Thank you, Gloria. And I know we had a few hands up, 1, 2, and then we'll do Queen Mother, and then gentleman in the front row. Okay, here. 1 minute, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. To all the dignitaries, all of the excellencies and kings and queens thereof, I want to share that this has been an absolute honor to be with everyone. I tossed and turned last night. I'll be very honest. I tossed and turned last night in reference to what Dr. Hong is doing. And what my wife and I have decided to do is to partner. I love what Mr. Jerry said earlier that really just hit it right on the nose. We want to partner with you because not only are there other countries around the world that need hope, but even right here in the inner cities of America needs hope. And so what we want to do is reciprocate this, and even in our area, you know, we're from Baltimore, and even there, we want to partner, and we're going to partner, even financially. We're going to partner to extend this thing. I believe that if we all come together and really come together and make things happen, we can see hope even in the inner cities. There, we have young people dying by the droves. We have parents who are, I can't tell you how many caskets I stand over on a daily basis, from little babies to grown adults. And there has to be some hope. So I believe that after today, there should be an extension of what you, Dr. Hong, and all of you wonderful people have done. Thank you so much. Looking forward to it.
We have 6 more minutes, one over here, and then Queen Mother, please.
Hello, everyone. Dignitaries, Dr. Hong, moderator, Professor Okiko. Thank you. I'm Naz Farhana from Bangladesh, Dhaka, president of Dhaka Women Chamber of Commerce and Industry. We empower women. Thank you for inviting me here. I came a couple of times to the United Nations, representing Bangladesh, and for peace, love, and hope, and conscience. We have been promoting in our country. Our country, from a bottomless basket, Bangladesh became now a developing country, and we are going to attain the Sustainable Development Goal by 2030. So hopefully, you know, with all your partnership, we want collaboration, we want equality, we want peace and love, friendship amongst all in the planet. Thank you so much.
Here, and then Queen Mother, and then gentlemen, Holly to end us, wrap us up, because I have to hand it over to Professor Okiko.
Everyone, it has been a great honor to be with you since yesterday and also this morning. My name is Dr. Samath Joseph. I am the founder of Espoir Youth Programs Incorporated. My message today is brief. As the world is facing various challenges, we need love, peace, unity, justice, and sustainability now and more than ever. What is sustainability? Okay. In 1987, the United Nations defined sustainability as meeting the needs of those living in the present without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. Recently, we are witnessing the appearance of more and more crises that threaten the future of our youth. It is our responsibility, yes, it is our responsibility today to ensure that economic and environmental perils and social unrest do not negatively impact the future generations. Youngsters living now and those yet to be born are depending on us to create a sustainable present so they will not be only survive, but thrive in times to come. Once again, thank you, Dr. Hahn, and thank you all of you for being here.
Thank you and welcome, Queen Mother.
In the spirit of my ancestors, I come before you. And one of the ancestors, Mr. Charles B. Rangel, this last year of September, or a time where the peace bell should be ringing in the community. In Harlem, we rang the peace bell, Dr. Hong, with Mr. Charles B. Rangel, who lived to be almost 95 years old. When we were celebrating his life, he became 95. And what a celebration we had, like no other celebration I have seen in history since I am reaching the age of 84. And in saying that, spiritually is where we need to wrap our arms around each other and be filled with a retreat. Sometimes you have to get away for a retreat, just to pray and fast and think and reflect. And the time has come, Dr. Hong, for us to do that. When we see the need of today, that there are countries where children are calling me, young people, Sierra Leone, at the age of 12, 13, 14, they are involved with substance abuse like no other. You get a call from Texas, here in the United States, and hear the need of the next generation and the next generation. Dr. Hong, what are we going to do to rescue the next generation for sustainable development of nations when they don't want to survive any longer? What do we do when the youth are calling you on Instagram, underground, between the grams, of the situation that they are enduring? What do we do? Where is the best practices that we talk about at the United Nations? Show me, Dr. Hong, that peace, that tranquility, that balance of life, quality education, if you want to look at some of the goals. Health, rampant of danger. People are dying because of they don't know how to eat to live and live to eat. What they grow and what fulfills their being in life. Dr. Hong, we need time out with those who call themselves in charge or empowered. They may be the wrong ones we're looking at or looking for. It is the time now for all of us in this space today. You are here for a reason and a season that he has brought you here. You are here for a reason and a season. And I would say to all of us, because of time, and Queen Mother is a hip-hop Queen Mother, coming from the ocean grove or the beach to just watch the waters just come and go in the heat of the day. So I say to all of you, wrap yourselves around yourselves, go into your deeper selves, and pull it out and share that which is a part of the rest of the world. So I say peace. Peace.
Thank you, Queen Mother, for reminding us that we all need to come together in our different ways. Thank you. And gentlemen, before Queen Mother.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know that. I had to touch that. Was everybody able to hear me? Aye, 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 oh, we are one. Feed the cries of hope across the great divide. From the trees to the grass, from the grass to the flowers, from flowers to the touch of mankind, feed the cries of hope towards the way home. We ask, we plead, we seek to see. The knowledge is golden, the time has come, the moment has arrived towards the way home. Over the hills and through the lands abroad, across the great divide, that join as one. Let us come together now and feed the cries of hope, to replenish the hope with the dawn of a new awakening. for all to encounter, and let us put wonder to it all, and wake up to our dreams, to finally reclaim what is inherently ours. Our divine missions are upon us. Our spirits call upon us to respond to our paths and share our calling with others, to unite in full force, together as one, together at last. Our heartbeats beat as one, as the heart of the planet beats in harmony. Each of our spirits connected together, our heartbeats beat as one, and the time has come for us to truly gather together and feed the cries of hope, turning our cries to joy. Rejuvenation of our inner child awaits us, turning our cries to joy, and let us all join hands in spirit, in dance, in harmony, in peace, and in play. May peace prevail on earth. Thank you.
I'll wrap up and we'll hand over back to Professor Okika.
I'm here and I appreciate everyone. My name is Holly Zuel. I'm an actress, an investigative filmmaker, and a survivor of sexual violence. In the United States, someone is sexually assaulted every 68 seconds. Most often a woman or a child. These are not just statistics. These are lives. For the past 11 years, I've investigated the case of Janetta Palma, a 16-year-old girl murdered in 1972. Her death is still labeled suspicious. Her civil rights were violated, and no one has been held accountable. Her story is now the subject of a Hulu and Disney Plus documentary, bringing global attention to a case once silenced. I lost my voice, but I realized if we stay silent, there is no change. No change will ever be made. This is not just about one story. This is a systematic issue. Abuse must end. We need stronger protections, accountability, and above all, we need hope. Hope is how we rise. Hope is how we heal, and hope is how we end this crisis. Violence against women and children must stop, and it starts with us, and it starts with hope. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And Ms. Lucita, thank you for being with us. And for those of you who didn't get a chance to speak, please join us on our online platform where we can have one-on-one conversation for 15 minutes, 20 minutes to really hear your story. So connect with us on FOPAL. And back to you, Professor Okika. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. There was wonderful comments, interventions, and conversation. It's so eye-opening. And that sums up to all that have been said since yesterday when FOPAL has been on this celebration. So we like your comments, especially calling a clarion call for more involvement, for more participation. It's not just celebration, but we are now on the track to drive the momentum of hope. Whether it's sexual violence, conflict, whatever, let us drive the moment of hope. That at the end of it all, we shall all strive for a harmonious living and a sustainable world. So we've had so many words, speeches, presentations. But if you leave this room right now, what are you going home with? We need a call to action. We need to know I need to know what to take to my mission to add to what we are doing and expand it. So because of that, we have to call on His Excellency Dr. Nabi Kapoor, the Observer Mission of Pan-African Intergovernmental Agency for Water and Sanitation for the UN, to give us a call to action statement.
Thank you, Excellencies and guests. First of all, before I commence my ending statement, my concluding remark, I would like to thank my colleague, Ambassador of Timor-Leste, who, in such short notice with us, arranged this event with FOPAL, and to Dr. Hong to give us this opportunity as well to be a part of this historic day. Listening to everybody, to two former presidents, to the colleagues, to the ambassador, to the guests who have been invited, I can just say one thing: hope is contagious. We can pass it on, but in the right way. Love is contagious. You can give and you can receive. And peace is achievable. It's not impossible. So, my dear friends, today, on the behalf of my mission to the United Nations, I call you all to raise this banner of hope in the world. Join Dr. Hong and us and everybody, because this world actually needs hope rather than peace. And if we inculcate that, I think we are not far from achieving anything what we want. So thank you so much. And this platform is good to thank my dear colleague, my senior advisor to the mission, Professor Okika. She joined me when I was appointed at the UN, very new. And she has been a guiding light to the mission. So a big round of applause for her. She has been a source of my inspiration as well, since, as I said yesterday, a man from India representing Africa to the United Nations is hope. And she has been one source of inspiration for me as well. So thank you, Prof. And let's go back with hope and let's work together. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. So that's what we are here, and that's what we are advancing. And an African could work with the Chinese for a common purpose. So we are diversity. We are advancing. But hope is let us raise the banner of hope. That is what we need right now. Okay. So I call on Dr. Hong, the visionary for the movement of International Day of Hope, to give us a take-home word. There are a lot of faith-based organizations, governments, civil societies. We need to know how to add hope to our mission.
Professor Taki Okika, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Thank you for everyone, everything. 此刻，我们满怀希望与感恩，共同庆祝第一次联合国国际希望日，向世界各国政府及人民发出诚挚的呼吁，让人与人、族群与族群、国与国之间能怀抱和平的希望，让世人将世界永续发展的希望化为可实现的行动。我们呼吁每个人能天天静心自省，己所不欲，勿施于人，加强良心、爱与和平的教育，推动良心文化，使其于年轻世代 发扬光大，以良心为本，落实透明与诚信，以政府运作及各类组织的经营，以对世界的大爱，以对生命的尊重为出发点，停止以私利为核心的政策，停止透过暴力冲突夺取资源的行为，希望不会在想象中自动成真，希望存在于你我秉持信念采取的每一步行动，它存在于每个人付出心力的累积。今天，让我们真正的付诸行动，让希望在行动中发挥引导世人向前的能量。从你我开始，让希望成真。Thank you all. Thank you.
Professor Okika, thank you to our speakers today and all of you who've joined us in this celebration. And to close, I just want to share with you short lyrics from the song, The Power of Peace and Love. In the face of hatred, we understand forgiving others is forgiving ourselves, cleansing our hearts with kind wishes and gratitude every day. With a pure heart, we'll heal the pain. Nurturing harmony like a gentle summer rain, spreading the power of peace and love. And that is what we'll do. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for joining us and welcome you to connect and join our online platforms to continue these conversations beyond the celebration of International Day of Hope. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for coming, and this meeting is called to a close.
Thank you.
Very good.
Successful. Huh? Successful. Go, go, go. Huh?
Remember our event for